Oh, I haven't seen it. If she didn't find it funny, I probably wouldn't either.
When you're trying to get these guys on the podcast, I don't know if that helps, but I was like, I don't want to edit stuff out either, just because we're trying to get talent on.
Sorry, I was just looking at my pose. If I should sit like this or sit like a lady.
So you guys all know Esha, right?
Yes, now we do.
I guess 40, 50 minutes, whatever you want, man. Give us the wrap up. Yeah, I'm so glad you guys got to meet because I think she's great. She's a family friend from
where?
east.
Florida?
I'm not from Florida.
From
Boston.
Do you know where I'm from?
You from Tampa?
God, Jesus Christ. You don't know where I'm from?
Well, you can tell.
Nobody does.
I'm from New Hampshire.
Okay.
You know where New Hampshire is?
No.
Oh my
Dude, she's not
God.
from here. Don't test her on her geography.
Do you know what Cape Town is?
Yes.
Do you?
Yeah.
Where?
Come on, everybody knows Cape Town.
No, but I mean like which like province or whatever.
Which province?
Which province? Yeah, which province?
Darren's actually educated.
Okay, which province
I don't
is
know.
Durban then? You know?
I don't know Durban.
Exactly. So food?
No.
So I don't know like New Hampshire, which like state
Baba,
is-
listen.
I am the only person who can say that. You have to find your own original.
What's your
friend.
nickname for her?
Yeah, what's my nickname?
Baby.
Baby?
Oh.
Baby.
What is my nickname?
Girl number 3. The Convo Sutra.
Wow.
No, I'm kidding. I don't know. I call you Ayushi.
Who's girl number 1?
Isha is number 1.
Wait, seriously, what is my nickname?
Have I ever called you a nickname?
No, you haven't actually. Yeah, we're not that close.
What's my nickname?
No,
Are
at
you
least
guys
you
actually
guys
not?
text at nighttime.
I don't text.
No.
You texted me at night last night.
Yeah, and you never responded, but you had a feeling about her, and then you messaged her. And I had a feeling about you too last night, and I messaged you, and you didn't even respond back and acknowledge my
You know
existence
what?
on the planet.
I knew you would think that. First of all, let's be clear about this. You messaged me at 12 o'clock at night last night.
Was that what it was?
I work at night. Like I'm grinding. I'm editing. I got some other development
He's
movie
a
stuff.
bouncer. I'm kidding.
I didn't want to start a dialogue at 12 o'clock at night.
No, but our conversations
was
are not at midnight,
11
huh? It was like 10 o'clock in the morning.
I'll show you the text right now. It was like 11:50.
I don't speak to anyone past 9 o'clock.
I was texting her about scheduling for this thing.
Yeah.
And she was just going back and forth about her issue. And you know, I hate texting. So I was like, I'm just going to call you
I
because
was
I hate
having a fight
texting.
with my dad at the time, and I never fight with my dad. So then he just was like a step-in daddy.
So that's why you said thank you, Daddy.
Yeah, that's why I was like, okay, I understand my dad now. Thank you, step-in daddy.
I wasn't. First of all, I don't need to explain why I'm texting Ayushi, but I'm just telling you. But I'm just telling you though. But like,
I'm just saying, I was concerned about you, Tarun.
Why? Okay, so what did you text him about last night?
yeah, why do you text me?
Tilda.
It was super
tell.
random. No, it was just like it was a feeling, and then I was like feeling.
She's
I'm
like,
so
what?
confused.
She's
I'm
like,
like, okay.
what am I logging into?
Yeah.
This is now called Ghar Ghar Ki Kahani.
Thank you, by the way, for bringing your book to the book club thing. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're so
What
welcome.
book club?
So tomorrow there's an event. It's called. It's hosted by something called Reading Rhythms, and I'm an ambassador for them.
Wow.
And so basically, it's like you bring a book, and everybody brings their own books, and everybody reads. It's a reading party. And like, there's like a 20-minute reading block, and then there's like a discussion block where like you meet people based on the book that you're reading, and you talk about your book and vice versa. And then you go into another reading block, and then after that, we do like a fun exercise where like you get to engage with like a group of people around like various topics. So yeah, so I am taking The Promise.
Thank you.
Written by Tarun Shetty.
Wow.
And I was actually going to start reading it last night. That's why I had picked it up. And I was like, oh, this is the book that I'm going to bring to Reading Rhythms. Yeah. And then I started reading the back cover of it. And I was just like, I just was like, oh my gosh, like I know this is a personal story for him. And then I don't know, I just was like getting an intuition about something. And then I was like, I need to text him to see if he's okay. So that's why I said, hey, how are you feeling? And then
Are we
he didn't
able
respond.
to read a portion of it?
You want to read it? Why don't you just buy it yourself and read it?
No, I meant on the... Oh my God, guys,
What?
this guy... I mean, on the podcast, can we read a portion of it in your own words, in your own voice?
I wrote the book. I have to read it out loud.
Like, I don't do it. You're so annoying, yeah.
Like
You're
the
so
audio
annoying.
book.
Isha, you want to read the... First of all,
that'd be
all you guys
nice.
should actually be buying the book because you guys are my friends. And
No,
read the
I
book.
will.
I did buy it.
I know, thank you.
Okay.
Maybe I will text you at night.
Thank you.
You know what? Screw Baba over here.
I'm even sitting Baba right now. No, I'm gonna obviously support you.
fine.
Okay, fine.
There's
okay,
no pressure.
whatever.
Isha, you look good.
Yeah, I love your outfit.
You're the Gen Z representative.
Also, I just want to say I started following you obviously after you were on the last episode.
Yeah.
And like, it was like, you were like kind of a little bit more timid and shy initially, I felt like on the episode.
Yeah.
And then I started watching you on your Instagram and I was
Yeah.
like, this girl has a different personality. Like, first of all, like, I'm a fan of yours at that play place. Where do you go?
Playground.
Yes,
the dance
playground.
place, yeah.
You kill it on
Oh my
that.
God,
Oh
thank
my
you
God.
so
You
much.
are
Dancer?
so,
Yeah, I dance as a
wow.
hobby.
she is so
She's
good.
good.
Oh, wow.
She
I'll
is
follow you
so,
It
too.
was
so good.
actually one of my. Do you want to tell them the story of how you were
Which,
for Bana?
we're part of this community. And so,
Which community?
bunts.
The Bunts?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Aishwarya Rai, like Mangalorian.
Okay,
Oh.
okay.
So there's every
okay.
2 years there's this meeting where everybody congregates, right, in America, and it's like a cool thing when you're growing up. You get to like meet
Yeah.
other Indians. So I used to go to it as a kid, and because I work in entertainment, they had me judge their talent show.
No
And I was in
way.
the talent
So it was
show.
me,
I was
Rahul
12.
Rai. Me, Rahul Rai, and some auntie. We were under such like pressure because these moms get so mad. Like, why did you vote for my daughter? Da, da, da.
Definitely.
I guess she was one of the dancers that we didn't like vote for, and then
Oh.
maybe your mom got mad at me.
I
But
was so mad.
I hid in my hotel room because people were like yelling at me after that talent show.
Oh my God.
I was
You
pissed.
made a mistake because she is a star.
Well, I gave her the fuel.
You
the
gave
fuel.
me the fuel
Yeah.
to get better.
Yeah, to get better. So you owe me your dancing career.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
My 12-year-old self was so pissed at this man. I was like, screw those judges.
So I have a really good friend who also goes to Playground. She
Yeah.
goes to Marissa Hart's classes.
Oh, okay.
And like I've gone with her to Playground.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna dare to go again and like maybe next weekend or whatever.
We should go together. It's
Yeah, so
fun.
come. But like
Yeah.
I need the right shoes.
You're
Yeah,
gonna take a
you say
dance class?
sneakers.
I've gone to Playground, yeah.
That's great.
It's heels.
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying.
Why were you challenging
The heels
her?
don't scare me.
What is this energy?
I went to a dance class a
I
couple
feel like
years
I'm
ago.
sitting-
No, have
Yeah,
you seen
come.
do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
This place Heels. It's like, you know, it's like a next level. Like it's kind of like pole dancing and like
Wow, pole dancing.
sultry dancing.
Yeah, but you're wearing heels, like stiletto
Yeah.
heels.
Bring Ayushi. She does Kathak. I met your Kathak teacher. You didn't take that?
That's actually one of your really good friends, right?
Yeah.
Amrita,
You're very talented, I heard. So maybe all three of you guys can go to a dance class.
And
Yeah.
I'll do
Yeah.
Kathak and she'll do pole dancing like you wanted. I guess that could be really fun.
Backup career.
Actually, I really want to try some pole dancing because I think it's good for your abs and all that, right?
Yeah,
Like, it's good for your
I've
core.
never done it, but
This isn't pole,
Oh, okay.
but it's equivalent to that type of like
Oh,
it's more
sensual.
floor work. It's
Yeah.
more floor work than
you're
it
just
is
wearing
pole.
high heels
I
while
think I know what you're
dancing.
talking
I
about.
will come support
okay.
the pole dancing class.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what's funny is Richard
can pay for
lives
it.
right nearby there.
Richard does?
He's like, it's so hard for me to walk by and not stare. And I'm like,
Honestly, he's not wrong. There's this pole dancing class in my gym, and it's like glass wall. And I was like, holy, what's going on here? It looks
Yeah.
like
What gym do you go
Crunch in
to?
West Hollywood.
Oh, okay.
oh yeah.
It's also like gay guys too, like doing it.
Yeah,
like,
that's a good
I'm
one.
not into this.
Crunch? Is it
No,
good
like Crunch in
West
WeHo.
Hollywood.
Yeah. It depends on the location.
Oh, location. Yeah, the one in Burbank is trash.
Yeah,
But
yeah, exactly. I was like, this isn't the suburban
What gym
one.
do you go to?
Huh?
What gym do you go to?
24
In my
hour
building?
fitness.
24-hour
building.
fitness. No, I go to Orange Theory Fitness. Thank you very much. OTF.
What? Orange Theory?
OTF gym class. Oh yeah.
There's so many like different gyms out here.
Yeah,
Actually,
there
I have
is.
class pass and I just use like different classes, but I actually haven't been working out that much.
Can I tell you, I used to go to Orange Theory.
And then what happened,
I only went because like I signed up because I wanted to challenge myself to do something that I hate doing, which is running. So I was
She
like,
says such things like so seriously.
I was
but it's
like-
actually funny.
I know.
I really hate running. And so I was like, I'm going to kill this thing. I'm going to
Yeah.
run. So I did. But then at some point I was like, cool, now I've been running and everybody told me do cardio, you'll lose weight. And I was like, I haven't seen a single pound go away. So
But they do strength training also.
yeah, but it's not
It's not as
it's
intensive.
not good.
Yeah.
So anyways, I didn't see any difference. And anyways, I've stopped and now I go to Pilates. And
I go to
I go
Pilates
to Legree
too.
though.
Legree,
Like the
yeah, it's
Legree
very-
style Pilates.
Legree is very
And
hard.
that, oh my God, game changer. Like I was like, why
Can we
was
do
I
a Legree
wasting?
class together?
Yeah, I was like, why was I wasting my life
Wait, what's the
doing
difference?
Orange Theory?
No, I think
What's the
Pilates and
difference?
Legree is really...
Legree versus Pilates?
Yeah.
Wait, what is Legree? That's the name of the gym?
Legree
it's
is
a
a
type
type,
of
of Pilates.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, it's different than regular Pilates. I don't know exactly how, but it's harder than
It's much harder. You know,
methodology.
I think it uses even more core strength.
Yeah.
And it's the motions are the movements are even more controlled, and they're very small. So if with Pilates, it's still like reformer Pilates. It's
Yeah.
it's still like
It's
know
good,
doable.
but yeah.
But Legree, it's like you're really like very small movements.
Yeah.
Oh.
And it's been a game changer.
And it really hits muscles that you don't even know you have. Like
it's painful.
it's painful.
Like
we should do it.
45 minutes in that class, and like in the first 5, they're like, "Oh, we're done with the warm up," and I was like, "Are you
I'm
kidding
shaking,
me?
yeah.
Like this was the warm up?
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's really good.
I want to try it
Yeah.
now.
The stuff we have to do, for me anyways, it takes so much work. So enjoy being 17.
I'm
17.
I know, I'm
17,
kidding.
huh?
I'm
Yeah.
kidding, I know.
24.
We were doing the math, and technically, Tarun could be your dad.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
Way to creep her out.
When was this?
No, but she used to come over when she was a baby.
Yeah.
She had to our house. And she used to run around like a maniac
Aww,
and
that's
dance.
cute.
And dance around.
And you still didn't vote for her?
Yeah, I know.
Like you still
really
judged her
objective.
poorly?
Yeah, I was like, this girl's annoying.
Super
Remember this girl?
objective.
I
Put her-
was so quiet and shy.
Also, why is your tongue blue?
Oh, because I ate a candy right now.
Oh, okay. That's why you're so hyper.
But something smells like Indian food. Can you smell it? Or is it just me?
That's your Indian
It's
senses.
You brought that from home, sweetheart.
No, I'm telling you, something smells like... I didn't make any. I was at home today at
India
home.
sweets and spices like 10 blocks away.
Don't
You're
you
probably
smell it
sensing.
too? Something smells like Indian food. Okay.
I don't know what you're smelling.
Okay. I just have like really...
I
Like,
did just have a fun size Snickers.
Oh, no, I don't think it's that. No, it's not that, obviously. It smells like dal chawal.
What does that smell?
Or maybe I just wanted it and I'm manifesting it.
Now that you mention Indian food, I kind of have a longing for it. I haven't had good Indian food in so long.
Same. I really miss it.
You know what? Okay, I was actually thinking this because this past weekend I had my girlfriends over, my spiritual woo-woo girls, you know?
Which
that
I
you
met.
Yes,
What
that you
is this
met.
Your
spiritual
woo-woo?
woo-woo girl?
My spiritual woo-woo
Can I say
girls.
she came to Richard's comedy show and she brought like 20 people?
Wow,
And-
you have a crew.
Yeah, she's got a whole like gang of people.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
I felt special. So anyways, I had my girls over and my parents cooked an Indian feast. So we had like saag paneer, we had dal tadka, we had rice, and then I had like gluten-free tortillas that I made. But anyways, point is when I did that, I was like, oh, we should have like a Friendsgiving or a holiday
Yeah.
celebration for Convo Sutra.
We should.
And I was thinking, like, since some of you guys are like sort of, you know,
Cooks?
away from home,
Yeah.
it'd be nice to have like a home cooked meal.
That would be so
Right?
nice.
Guys, actually, I was
I
thinking
love
that's a
that.
great idea. Why don't we do it for the next one?
Bring food here.
No, I was gonna invite you to a cozy
Oh,
home.
that's
I wasn't gonna
That
be
changes
like,
the game.
let's stink up the studio here.
Guys, let's all drive to Buena Park.
Okay.
For,
Yeah, we didn't do a potluck. I love making Indian food,
Yeah.
so
We don't
I'm
have
sure
to drive
it'll
to Buena Park. If you hosted it at your house, I can bring
Yeah,
the
why
food
don't we do
there.
it at your place?
that sounds good, but I've learned not to commit myself on this podcast because one time we mentioned like going to like Magic Mountain, and now there's like this group text. Ritu was here, Richard was here, I was here. For some reason, it came up. Hey, let's go to Magic Mountain one day. It came up soon. She like texts like me, Richard, and some dude. What's the name?
Imran.
Imran, nice guy, nice guy. Like him a lot, but. Richard and I are like, what the fuck? Why are the 3 guys in the Ritu going to Magic Mountain? Like, what's the incentive for us? We were thinking like, oh, you know, you'll come, Naomi will come. It'll be like girls hang out. And it's like 3 dudes in Ritu. Like there's no interest at all. Richard doesn't even reply.
Rude.
Okay, well, we can invite all the girls and have lots of Indian food.
Yeah,
we
maybe
can do
that-
it at my place.
We know my place. I've never had people over.
Yeah. We know.
You
determined
haven't
our
even
lights
had a
out.
cockroach over.
No.
Forget people over.
Can I tell you a funny story actually?
It's funny. Yes.
Really funny. Actually, this involves your friend.
Oh, my friend.
One time I put on Facebook breakfast at Tarun's. you know, come over as a joke, you know, come over.
Yeah.
And I said like a lot of fans, like weird fans.
Yeah.
So, and I put this date like 3 years in the future, breakfast at Tarun's, real life. And people showed up that I didn't know. And I let these strangers into my house and I live streamed it.
Wait, you put your address in there?
Yeah, you can. It's on YouTube. Tarun has breakfast or something.
That's weird.
And you see random people at my house.
Oh my God.
And we literally had breakfast.
So how does this involve my friend?
She was there.
Oh.
She's part of the video. But it was actually interesting because I was like, wow, I didn't know these people who actually support me. And with one girl walked around taking photos of my stuff.
Are you still living at that same place?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
So your address is out on YouTube still?
Probably on Facebook. I probably shouldn't say that. But I need the company, so why not? And bring some Indian food if you come over and kill me.
Okay, so let's like set a date and then do this.
Maybe off the show.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
everything's on camera.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I won't be a robot.
You won't be? Yeah. It's so funny.
Yes, let's do this. I love like, you know, cooking and people getting
Esha,
together.
what's your favorite Indian food?
I love dal and rice.
Oh.
What kind of dal?
Is there kind? My mom's. My mom's.
My mom.
It's like yellow dal?
Yeah, yellow dal.
Okay.
Yeah, that's where it's at, I think.
Do you have an Indian friendship?
I made a friend during dance. And I also met like an Indian stylist. Her name is like Ambika.
Oh yeah, Ambika is so cool.
She's so sweet.
So cool.
She bought me a coffee
What's
like
her name?
at my work, and it was so sweet.
Ambika.
Do I know her?
No, I don't think you'd know her.
Probably. Maybe socially. No.
Yeah, I love her. I messaged her on Instagram because I was like someone from fashion. I want to introduce myself, and then she like came to my workplace and got me a coffee, and it was so sweet.
That's so nice that she came to your workplace.
Yeah, she was so nice.
She is really nice.
Yeah.
She's amazing.
Yeah. You and Naomi should meet up at some point because you guys are both like fashion and stuff.
I'd love to.
I don't know. I'm just throwing out stuff. You might hate her.
No, why?
She's in Japan right now. I don't know why we're talking about Naomi right now, but
Because you miss her.
Maybe you miss her.
I do. I like Naomi a lot.
Yeah, we know.
I do.
It's just
She was your number one Convo
She's
Sutra girl.
Yes,
I
she's
will
here.
always be loyal to Naomi.
She was the first one that you called.
I told you that.
Yeah.
I will always be loyal to her because when I got this thing started, she was the first person I called, and she was there.
Yeah,
And
that's
that
sweet.
alone is
Loyalty goes a big
loyalty.
way.
Yeah.
You know. She
We
also-
love you too, Naomi, wherever in the
Yes.
world you are.
Where is she?
In Japan?
We don't know.
Oh, that's
I thought it was like Hawaii, then it was Japan.
She's like Carmen
then
San
it was
Diego.
God knows where.
You still know
Yeah.
where she is. Every week she's in a different place.
I know.
I want to meet her. I always see her in like the videos, and I'm like, oh,
Fangirling.
yeah, she's beautiful.
Yeah,
Girl.
very
Do you watch this
beautiful.
podcast when you're not on? The one episode that you were on?
Of course.
I watch it
like
too.
to support.
Yeah, a lot of people actually do watch
Yeah,
it. Which, like,
I watch
surprising
it
to me.
too, even if I'm not on
Yeah, I
it.
watch it too.
You do, yeah. You
Yeah.
can comment about like.
I get a lot of
things.
messages of people who want to be on,
Okay.
and I just don't reply to them sometimes because
Why?
That's so funny.
because there's only 3 seats here, and also I've realized I don't think people like seeing all new people every single time.
Yeah.
You know, it's got to be like very organic.
It's like a reliable safety thing, you know, because you're building familiarity and connection with certain people sometimes
Yeah.
on it. And then you're like, wait, all new people? So it's
I
like
think it's
just
also
having
like, yeah.
comfort zone.
Yeah, we're also talking about personal things sometimes, right? So I feel like that's not always possible with people we don't know.
Also, people identify. They're like,
Yeah.
Ayushi's kind of insane sometimes. They can identify with what your problems.
yeah.
Or Ritu's, she was talking about like body stuff. Like people can relate to that.
Yeah.
You know, being a Gen Z person.
Yeah.
Confused
How
and
are you
lost.
finding LA?
Oh my god, I'm like starting to like really love it.
Yeah?
Honestly, like at first, I think like last time, like a month ago, I was
Yeah.
like, oh, like I feel like I'm like still like meeting new people, but like in that month, like I've been like going to a lot of dance classes, like
Right.
just like putting myself out there, and it's been really refreshing, like seeing people like me. I think I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, like people are not mean. That's good.
Isn't it exciting having hope and dreams in LA
Yeah.
your first 10 years and then you get withered and decimated?
Don't say that. I remember when I first came to LA, I really, really loved it. It was so exciting. I used to go to all these places where I'd hope to run into celebrities, and I would, and it would be so fun. And then like 5 years into it, I was like, okay, I'm not going to go out as much. I want to like save money. And I had like a full-time job and I was doing acting. And then now 10 years later, I'm like, I don't want to go anywhere. I just want to be
You're
at
like
home.
me.
And I was just going to say, I was like, you and Tarun.
No, but
I just want to dal chawal at home and like, I don't know, do puja and...
See, I give Ritu a lot of respect though, because she's always out. And when I saw you and your friends, I was like, oh my God, they love you. They seriously love you.
You're a good... I feel like you'd be a good friend. I feel like you're a good friend.
Seriously, there wouldn't be 20 people at my funeral. But like the way I saw your friends, like you show up for people, I can tell. Kudos to Ritu, like just putting out positive energy.
What is it like that you seek in friendship? Like what kind of values are you seeking in like, because we talk a lot about like relationships and stuff, but like what are some of the values that you really value in friendships?
Everybody that showed up was just good vibes, positive attitude, and people that like you said, like they love me. And I'm so grateful for that because like I feel their love all the time. And that's why I was like, particularly this birthday, I was like, I just want to be surrounded by that. And
love and
the reason why I bought the tickets, it wasn't a big deal to buy tickets. But it's like, all of them are always like either hosting a get together or like something at their house or calling people over. And also over the course of years, everyone has taken care of me so much. Oftentimes because I'm usually the solo girl that shows up to things too. And like they always like kind of just take me under their wings, whatever I need, emotionally, financially,
that's so sweet. Yeah,
spiritually, all of it. And I was just like, a ticket? Like,
it's like a way of saying thank you.
That's the least thing I could do.
Yeah.
And also, let's just celebrate and have a good time.
Yeah.
You know?
I got two friends named Gaurav and Sapna, and they've been there. My two best friends here in LA, and they're just always taking care of me. Those two friends have just kind of filled this void for me sometimes, and you need that. Especially in LA. I'm glad you're having a great time.
Yeah. That's something that I kind of wish I had. I don't think I have like a solid like friend to like rely on. Like I can't like call up someone being like, hey,
you'll get it, it'll happen organically.
Like my best friend here is my manager. Because like that's actually true. My best friend here is my manager. And
you missed Pratesh. She was here last episode.
Yeah.
I'll go to the temple with you apparently.
But yeah, I just kind of want like a girlfriend.
You're so stupid.
But you know what? You'll build it.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, I've only been here for like a year and a half.
There's a conversation going on. Pay attention.
I know, but you like make side comments all the time. But you think I'm not going to hear it? Like,
oh, is my mic?
I'm sorry.
Oh.
Just turn the mic. Yeah. There you go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Does it feel weird being on this podcast the second time? Give me your observation.
Yes. I get so nervous every time I do it because like I'm like, act like yourself. But I get so anxious. I'm like, oh, there's a mic. I'm talking in front of people.
That'll go away.
Yeah. I think I'm just trying to show my personality. I swear I'm like not this timid. Like I actually can.
I don't think you're timid actually, because I got some feedback from friends who actually a really good perspective, and they were like, she talks like a Gen Z person. They didn't think you were timid.
Oh, really?
They were like, the way you're like,
I
and,
do?
You're like, and you know, like you have like this flow to the way you speak. And I feel like that captures like your essence.
Oh, thank you.
Like I'm hoping it translates into clicks, but
I
God
hope
help
so
us.
too.
Okay, Tarun, no pressure. Thank you.
Yeah, you guys are done.
But what does that even mean? Like talks Gen Z?
Huh?
Like, oh, she's so Gen Z. Like, what does that mean?
I don't know. He keeps saying it. What does it mean? Tell her.
I do think people connect to people for different reasons. Like there's a reason why people love you. There's a reason why people love Ritu. People love Naomi. People love Richard. Like there's this weird thing that people, you know, subconsciously connect with that it's hard to like
People love you too, Tarun.
I know
that is not the answer to her question. But okay, thank you for that.
Oh, I forgot what the question was.
I think
love in the world.
Because you're relatable to a certain audience that we maybe don't necessarily connect with.
Thank you, Ritu.
But also, the original question was, what makes you sound like Gen Z?
Yes.
I'm curious to hear that answer too.
I don't know what the answer to that is.
What?
It's whatever she grew up with, her point of view, her perspective, her upbringing, what she was exposed to in the world, how she thinks. Like all that stuff.
The way you talked.
Yeah, I thought it was the way I talked too.
No, but all that formulates into everything, which is manifests into this exterior Esha.
I see that.
You know what I think?
Yeah.
Like, when you spoke last time, remember, like, it was kind of like you were sharing your experiences, and then, like, Nikhil was giving his perspective and advice, and I was giving sage wisdom, and Tarun was
like
sage wisdom. Guidance counselor. I had to call Ritu. I'm like, stop being a guidance counselor.
I know. I was like, Jesus, Tarun, that's my personality. When I told my friends,
It's not.
No, when I told my friends that you gave me that feedback, they all laughed. They're like, does he not know you? They're like, that's how you are in conversation in a friend circle.
But it wasn't the first. See, I don't see that because I feel like.
Because you don't talk to me.
What do you I've known you for like 15 years.
She's still like thinking
You've
about
said
last
like
night.
30 words to me off of this podcast.
Wow.
In
What
the
are you talking
duration of
about?
Are you
life.
ignoring her?
I've called you before. I've
problem?
talked to you on the phone before.
What is this tension, guys?
I don't talk to girls.
Don't worry, guys.
By the
Let me
way.
take care
Why?
of this. So what's going
I know you
on?
think
Let's clear the
hold on,
air.
let's- you think I'm talking to Ayushi.
Oh,
Right?
you talked to Naomi too.
I'll tell you exactly why, and she'll be here to corroborate this. I call her about the assessment of the podcast from episode 1.
Dude, we're just joking with you, Tarun. I'm not trying to get
No, but it's okay. It's okay. This is funny.
Ritu, but you can't ask me questions and then laugh about it and be like, I'm just joking.
I know what I'm
but
saying.
I'm going to answer your question.
No, but you're telling me that I don't sound like a guidance counselor. Literally, that's how I sound when I'm talking to my friends.
I don't think that's a bad thing. I just think it's bad on the podcast sometimes because it changes the
I
dynamic.
love it.
But the problem is, it's a conversation with 4 people.
Yeah.
So if you're talking for 10 minutes, that's the episode.
Okay. You
That's what it
said
is.
we can talk for 10 minutes and then you can cut it out.
I will cut it.
But what I was going to tell you though
Yeah.
is like we were all coming at you, right, with like our perspectives and stuff. And what was really cool, which I thought what made you Gen Z, in my opinion, was like you were already more progressed than any advice we could have given you. Like you were
that's interesting.
Wow.
Yeah, you were already like very
That's such a compliment.
self-aware.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You were, and you are, not were. You are. You're very like self-aware, and like the things that we were saying that like, well, we wish we would have done something differently or whatever. You're like, I already did that. You know?
Yeah.
but not in a egotistical, condescending
Yeah.
way. You were just like, yeah, I tried that, and then I switched. You know, and it was just like, oh, like you're kind of like further ahead, which is what I feel like Gen Z these days is. They're like further ahead in like taking care of themselves, like self-awareness, like understanding what they need, asking for it, whatever it is, you know?
Let me play devil's advocate unless you're faking it.
Oh, what?
Are you?
No, I'm not faking it. I do think that Gen Z wants to be on top all the time. Like they want to like start businesses. They like want to be like not in power, but like the boss. And I think that's something that Gen Z needs to work on is like you need to start from the bottom and work your way up. You can't always get what you want. You have to learn how to like humble yourself and like learn these skills to be on top.
That's an
And
excellent
that takes time.
point. Excellent point.
Because remember when we
yeah.
got coffee that
Yeah.
first time? Ritu's like, you talk to other girls? By the way, Ritu, let me just say this. Like, I've got family, and I always ask people, who's your favorite? And like,
Me.
honestly, my uncles, Bob, Uncle, and Rodanti, and they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
we love Ritu. Honest to God. So you have fans.
My parents too, yeah.
I'm just like hypercritical to
Thanks,
everybody
JT
here.
fam.
And
I don't know you too sometimes, no?
are you kidding me? You told me this like take out. Your first time here, you crushed it. All right. I put up one clip on TikTok. You were talking about like a Sima auntie or something. Blew up on TikTok. She's like, can you take off my clips? Don't post anything else because I look fat or something. I was like, I have you on because you're pretty and you can talk. I didn't post one of those clips.
Okay, wow. I didn't realize this was like an intervention or something.
No, it's for me. It is. I'm getting a lot off my chest today.
I know. That's why he was so quiet in the previous episode because he
Not
was
today.
serious.
Today it's all coming out.
It's okay.
I
Let's
think
take a
British
collective
left him
deep
with
breath.
some good
Yeah, yeah, he left himself aggressive juju.
But give me credit. I didn't post one of those clips.
Aw,
and I got
that's so
I got 20 of your
sweet.
clips of you, which would have gone viral for sure.
Aww. Well, I'll keep killing it. That's okay.
You're trashing.
I'm full of like stories, so that's no problem.
You can't create that first time.
Oh, come on. No, yes, we can. Of course we can. We're actors. We create first times all the time.
Poor Esha.
What? Why? I'm just listening.
How does it feel to hang out with people? You said you have a lot of friends
People
who are
that
older than you,
apparently
right?
can be your parents.
You guys, I don't see you guys as my parents at all. You guys look so good.
Tarun, you know what? What's crazy? I was sitting in that chair earlier and I was looking at your face and you have not a single pore. Your skin is flawless.
La Roche-Posay.
What? Oh, is that what you use?
I do use it.
Oh, I just bought their face wash. Okay, I'm going to have poreless skin too.
I take good care of myself.
Yeah.
Like, you have to, especially as you get older, you have to be on it. That's the one good thing about LA. It just forces you to be...
Yeah, the best version of yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Is that an LA thing?
Yes.
I think LA,
I think it is. Yeah.
I think it's very LA.
What have you noticed that's different from LA versus like other places?
I feel like everyone is so like put together and like has like their resume just to say. And I think it's like very intimidating when I first came here. They're like, oh, I know these people. I know these people. I've done all of this. And learning to like situate to that was like a very interesting way of like making friends, because that's like how you make friends in LA, is like being like put together, like being confident, and then I don't know, just like knowing people like, oh, I know this person, and they're like, oh, cool. And then it's like having a conversation in that sense. Does that make sense?
Who's who?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I answer your question correctly?
Yeah. No, I was just thinking like how sad.
It does
That's
sound
like
kind of
so
sad.
sad that like you're like, here's all my credentials, and it's like you have to have a resume to make friends.
You're actually right about that. I went to this like this Netflix party, and literally everyone was just like, so what do you do? What have you been in? And like everyone was just talking about what like shows they've been in. Luckily, I had something to say, but if I didn't, I would feel so like left out or whatever.
I don't like answering those questions because it's like then they're gauging da 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 da.
Yeah.
I just like saying, yo, I'm doing nothing.
I really want to get to that stage too.
However you want to feel about me.
Yeah.
Like, I know what I'm doing, and that's
It's so crazy because my friends and I were talking about this just the other day, and I was like, I remember when we were in college, none of us knew who we were going to be, what we were going to do. Nothing mattered. You just hung out with people because like you got along or you liked their vibe or whatever. And like, it's crazy to me because even till today, a lot of people make fun of me because they'll ask me like, what does so-and-so friend of yours do? And I'm like, I don't know. They're just my friend. You know what I mean?
Cool.
Like, but like, I'm like, for example, you were talking about Gaurav. When I first met Gaurav,
he's the best.
but I never knew what he did, nor did I care. I just thought he was hilarious. He's like just a nice guy. I enjoyed.
Single?
No, he's married to Sapna.
Married with kids.
But like, but what I'm saying is that like he was just like a good person to hang out with, and it was never like, oh, I want to be friends with somebody because I'm gonna like socially climb some ladder, or like they're gonna connect me to this or that or whatever, right? And I till this day don't ask people really like, what do you do? Mostly because I don't want them to ask me. But like, I also, but
What do you do, Ritu? What do you do? Ritu, what do you do?
I mean, I was a guidance counselor until Tarun fired me.
I'm just saying.
Great job, babe. Great job. Good comeback.
I'm just saying, not on the podcast. Just be self-aware.
But anyways, no, but I just like to get to know people. Like you hang out because like you either have, there's always a common denominator. You either have common hobbies or interest or something you connect over.
Yeah.
And that's it. And sometimes it is work, but like it's got to be more than that.
But I know that what you're saying, though, a lot of industry parties are like that, where it's almost as if, like, if you haven't been in anything, it's like they don't even talk to you. And I've experienced that myself, so I get that, like, it's carrying so your resume on your face. It is intimidating. And I've experienced that so much where it's like you come back home and you feel like, oh, I haven't done anything. Like, one show is not enough. Like, I need to be on, like, you know,
That's
several...
a lose-lose. Like, you're always digging out of a hole.
Yeah, I mean, like, see, you look back at these things and you've already grown from them, but in the moment, it does feel like something that, you know, I get what you're saying, is what I'm saying. I don't feel like that anymore, but, you know, I've been in those situations.
But do you gravitate towards people, like, forget the career thing, but, like, are you, because you're in fashion, like, do you gravitate towards people because you're like, oh, I like that person's style, or, like...
No.
How do you gravitate towards people that are friends?
Personality, definitely. I gravitate if I just, like, vibe with them. I think it's, like... an automatic like click. If I can have like a conversation, I love having deep conversations where it could just last for hours, and that's kind of how I feel and how I justify a friendship. But I'm never like backing away from anyone. I always hear their point of view, and if I don't agree with them, I always like ask like, What do you think? I don't know.
Yeah.
I heard this great quote, and he goes, "I'm not a nice person, but I'm a good person." And I felt like I could relate to that, because a nice person gets taken advantage of. Good people, you're inherently a good person. And I was like, that's me. Like, I'm not a nice person. There are certain people who just call me, not you, but I'm saying they're people, I'm like, I'm not going to return this phone call. But I know I'm a good person. So there's a difference. And I feel like in LA, there's a lot of people who are not nice or good.
Yeah.
You know? And
I agree.
they are just looking to level up. And when they're done with you, they'll go to the next person.
Yeah, that's very true.
This is like, I don't know, want to like toot my horn, but I
No,
think
toot it. Why not? You're on
I
podcast.
think I'm pretty good at.
Toot, toot, toot.
I'm pretty good at like.
See this right here? I think I'm pretty good. Like, I was like,
Oh yeah,
That was
very
Gen Z.
But I think I'm pretty good at like if I go to a bar or just talk to people, I can tell when someone's like bullshitting me, and it's so easy in LA to like kind of read the room.
Yeah, for sure.
So I'm happy that I can like be like, okay, you're kind of like an asshole. I don't want to.
It's good that you
Bye.
already have that sense, because it took me a while to like suss that out. So, you know, good for you for like already knowing.
can I
the
ask you a question
difference.
though? Maybe you can be your guidance counselor here. I feel like I'm too real sometimes. And it's almost like this guy's too real. Like, it's too intense.
I felt like when you met all my friends, right, at my birthday, they really liked you.
Well, I turned it on a bit.
I know you did. You told me that when I dropped you off. You're like, I turned it on. And I was like, okay.
My brother really liked you too.
I turned it on for him too. But I did want him to, honestly, I asked her brother if he wanted to come out and hang out and see a movie or something, because I know what it's like
To be cooped up, yeah.
Yeah, my brother's actually coming next week.
Should we hang out with him?
My brother?
Yeah.
He actually asked about you.
Okay.
I just know what it's like being in a new place and not knowing anything.
Yeah.
And he obviously didn't need my help at all. Seems like he was fine. He's like, I'm good. It's a weirdo asking me to go see a movie at
No,
the
that's not
Grove.
what he was
That's so
thinking at
nice.
all. No, he was genuinely like, you have such good friends.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that I'm leaving you here with, you know, good company. So
Yeah.
You know, when I was younger, I used to always be the friend or the person that my friends would make fun of me, because like most of my other friends growing up, like I feel like some of them would like hang out with like the cool kids, you know, like when you're in college and you're like really active and like there's some of the popular people, but I would always gravitate towards like what my friends called the weirdo in the room.
Aww.
But no, they were the most interesting person in the room. And like people were always like, oh, why are you always talking to the weirdo? And I'm like, because the weirdo is like the most, you call that person a weirdo, but they were the most fascinating, interesting person. And honestly, sometimes the most hilarious.
100%.
And like, there's some people who are a little bit more reserved. So like you may come off like reserved initially, but I do think that like, you know, when you feel comfortable and you open up and you're the real you, even if at times maybe the real you is a little bit like, you know, just down on shit, it's okay. Like, you know.
Not some Debbie Downer.
I actually think you're really funny. Like most of the time, like you, even if it's like some kind of morbid humor, it's like really funny. Like
I am funny.
Like when we go for like lunches or brunches or whatever, like you're really funny.
Now I'm the one who always gets left out.
No, it's just because he feels bad for me. Because I don't know, he feels like he needs to feed me or something.
Can I
I'm like
tell you-
Mindy Kaling right now. Is everyone
Oh my God,
hanging
are you
out
crying?
without me?
Are you crying?
I said I feel like Mindy
Nice
Kaling
job.
when she's like, is everyone hanging out without me?
Nice job.
Don't
It's
ever
just he feels
compare
bad for me,
yourself.
that's why. He does. You just feel like a
Don't
charity.
try to get yourself out of this hole, Ayushi.
Charity or something. Like he just
Oh
feels
my
like,
God,
oh,
that's
she's just
hilarious.
like this immigrant who's lost and confused.
That's not even the reason, by the way.
Maybe he
No.
just hangs out with you because
No.
he likes your personality.
No.
Aw, do you?
First, we can retrace all these steps. We'll retrace all these steps so Ritu doesn't
Retrace.
walk
Itna
in.
time nahi hai hamare paas. Okay, what retrace?
Ritu doesn't walk in the traffic after this for some reason. Okay, remember the episode?
I'm gonna walk in a trap.
Apparently, so remember the episode she was on and she was like, you never get coffee with me. Remember that? Remember that episode? She goes, you never get coffee with me. And I was like, fine, set it up. I'll get coffee with you.
Yeah.
And then I actually met you, right? And I actually bought her dinner or bought her lunch. So that was
Me? Oh, me. Okay, yeah.
She's always like, on the date, you never bought me dinner. So I was like, all right, now I took you out to lunch. I bought your
Yeah.
shit. I never want to hear this ever again.
Yeah, so
And
I
that-
don't complain. Do I complain? No.
We also like, why haven't we actually like
hung out.
broken this down on the podcast
By the
because
way,
everybody had wanted to know about the follow-up.
She, first of all,
What follow?
what she said was completely wrong, and I wish Naomi
happened?
was
They
here.
went on a date.
What?
They
You
went
were-
on a date?
Yeah.
You were absolutely wrong.
my
You said I
God.
dismissed you.
Yeah.
Yeah, you did dismiss me.
Totally off.
Mom and
And you
Dad.
know that for a fact.
No.
Absolutely.
That is not
You
true.
know this for a fact.
Funny.
Nope. Nope.
Hold on.
nope.
So she was on. She said we went on a date. She just brought it up out of the blue. And she said, I dismissed her. I went home that day because I write down everything incessantly. You know that.
You wrote down the date?
I'm like a maniac.
Oh, okay.
I'm a good person. Like I said before, I'm a good person. I was like, I wouldn't do that to a girl. And you dismissed me.
How did I dismiss you?
And I wish I had my journal here. And I said, I'll even bring it next time. I said,
Are you
yeah.
gonna cry or something?
No. Am I going to cry? Don't try to change the subject. And
Let
I said,
him finish.
and
I'm
I
so
said,
curious.
yeah,
Let him
exactly.
finish.
I'm sorry.
And
yeah.
I said, oh, Ayushi, I was like, do you want to hang out again? You said, I'm really busy till after this date or something like that. And you were like, you'll get back to me or something. And then I was like, so when a girl says that to me, I put that in her court. I'm like, all right, if she likes me, she'll get back to me. You'd never replied back to me.
This was years ago?
Years ago.
Like 5, 6
Also,
years ago.
And-
Ayushi, I was a film critic, and that acting right now is not working, honey. I see the guilt on your face, girl.
But
You're supposed
hold
to be
on.
my side.
Hold on.
I'm
Ayushi-
Punjabi sister. You are. I'm never talking to you now.
Ayushi-
You be cutting.
I could not care less that you moved on, which is totally fine.
But I didn't move on.
But you smeared my name on this podcast, and I actually told Naomi this because you're right. Naomi, I did talk to Naomi about the episode, and I told her I was like, "Yo, I just admitted something which wasn't even true."
Sorry, it must have been confusing because it's been so many years.
So you thought I
19.
just dismissed you?
I think I felt that maybe that is what happened.
I will bring my journal and read it out
Okay,
loud.
why? Fine. Maybe I stand corrected. So
Welcome to the Convo Sutra, Isha.
This is so different from
Shit
last
just
time.
got real.
I stand corrected.
No, it's
okay.
No, it's okay. It wasn't just you, by the way. All the girls previous to you, it was just like I learned how to. We were talking about detachment from relationships, which you learn.
There's no privacy on this podcast.
But you learn from all this stuff, and you become stronger. Like she's become stronger. Ritu's
Learn
become
from
stronger.
what?
You learn from the relationships.
This is getting too real.
Don't let the pessimism
That's
of
what people say to me.
get
It's
to
too
you.
real.
Yeah.
You
Everything
said it
will
wasn't.
work out fine for you.
Yeah, I'm kidding. Joking. JK. How she would say JK.
We've all have our baggage, apparently, that we've all said on this podcast.
No, I
And
honestly, I really, I stand corrected because I thought that's what happened. But like it's also been many years. So maybe like I was confusing it with some other person.
we'll start a journal.
Okay, fine. Now I was going to sit and write every date in my journal.
Isha, advice to you: you start a
Yes.
journal,
I started a journal.
and so that way you
And
have
talk about
everything. Well, you write your feelings and
But I
everything.
do remember your.
That's actually a nice. I should do that.
No, honestly, it's probably the one authentic thing that I've done for decades, and I love it. It's the one escape I have.
Honestly, like I like painting, so like art is like my therapy.
Before we leave, I want to thank all of you for coming by.
I didn't even know it was
never
starting.
come again because this is Ayushi and Ritu's intervention.
What? I'm just saying I can't support
Hold on. Can I
Bad
just,
bad acting when I see it. I was like, Ayushi.
What? I was just, it was more like I was maybe.
You had guilt all over your face.
it doesn't matter. Honestly,
There's
guys.
no guilt and all that. Okay, I was like,
She's soulless.
maybe he's
She's got
right.
no
I don't
guilt.
know. I
Can
mean,
I-
at that time I was going on dates, so maybe I got confused. So
I really appreciate both of you on this podcast. Isha, you're new, but like when I
was like,
drive here, it brings me such joy.
Same here.
And that's why like I love, Ritu's always there. She's like the most dependable person, and you're like you bring so much chaos.
now also you're not saying a good thing. Replace the chaos word with something
Okay,
else.
No, that
Let-
speaks to his trauma.
let-
he loves
Let me
his
say
trauma
this.
bonding.
We all, including myself, try to be these like people on this, like appearances. You don't do that at all. You bring Ayushi, whether it's good or bad. You just present yourself, which I love, and I think people who watch this love too.
Shukriya.
And Isha, welcome. You're the best.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, keep being a Gen Z person. And thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you guys enjoyed that episode. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And please join us on Patreon. We will see you guys next time. Take care.
Bye.